Hey, welcome back, Craps Crusaders. I've got a good video for you today. It was a really fun one to make and to roll out. It's called the perfect blend. So is it the perfect blend or balance between gamble and conservative play? A lot of times it seems to be. So you'll see that as I roll it out today. Anyways, I really appreciate you watching the videos. Like and subscribe, and I'll be sure to keep them coming. Thanks. Okay, so let me give you a quick overview of how this strategy works. It's a fun one to play. It's got a little bit of up and down to it. It's got some gamble, but it also has some conservative aspects to it. So here's how it works. We're going to wait for a point to be established. Let's say it's a 5. We don't care what the point is. It doesn't matter. Once the point is established, we're going to go 160 across. So I'm going to be showing this at the $25 level. And 160 across is 25 on everything except 30 on the 6 and 8. So best case scenario is we get through 4 hits total. We'll be happy when we get to 3 hits too. You'll see some of the conservativeness coming at hit 3. So anyways, let's say the dice are rolled and an 8 is rolled. The $30 8 would pay 35. Whatever number we hit, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use $30 of our winnings to take either the 6 or the 8 up to $60. With our remaining $5, I'm just going to pick the 5 or the 9 and put it on there. So that's hit 1. Okay, hit 2. Let's say we hit a 4. First of all, that's going to pay a little better. For this strategy, I'm just going to pay it at $45. I'm not going to mess with buying the 4 and the 10 and using white chips so much. So let's say we hit a 4 and it pays 45. Remember, that's our second hit. The first hit, we use $30 of our winnings to double up our 6 to 60. Our second hit, we're going to use $30 of our winnings to double up to 60 on the 8. And then I'm going to toss another $5, so we're have $30 each on the 5 and 9. And I'm going to go ahead and rack 10. Okay, so that was hit 2. Here's what happens on hit 3. So let's say we hit a 9. It has $30 out there, so that's going to pay 42. So there's the 42. This is our third hit. First of all, we're going to use $30 of our winnings, again, to take either the 6 or the 8 up another 30. So we've got a $90 6 and a $60 8. The second thing we're going to do on our third hit is take our 4 and 10 down. We'll put that in there, and I'm going to use $5 more each on the 5 and 9, my other $2 for my 42. I'm going to stick in the rack. So that was the third hit. Our fourth hit is the end. We'll take everything down and start over. So let's say, here's what you're really looking for, by the way. Remember, we have a $90 6 and a $60 8, and we do have our 5 and 9 up to $35 each. So let's say on the next hit, we hit let's say the 8. So that $60 is going to pay $70. So there's the 70. At this point, we're going to take all of it down. Take all of it down, put it in our rack, and we're going to let the roll finish out by either the point being hit or big red coming and pulling the point down. So that's the general idea. Things to remember are 160 across. We never do anything with the 4 and 10 except collect when we hit it. And on the third hit, we take our 4 and 10 down. After hit 1, we double up either our 6 or our 8 to $60. Any remaining red chips we can use on the 5 or 9, or 5 and 9, depending how many we have. We'll have more chips if we hit the 4 and 10. The second hit, whichever number we didn't take up to 60 between the 6 and 8, we're going to take it up to $60. Again, we can use red chips on our 5 and 9. Third hit, we take either our 6 or our 8 up to $90. So we're going to end up with a $90 6 and a $60 8. That's when our 4 and 10 come down. That's a little bit of the conservative part of the strategy. And then our fourth hit, we'll pay it out and take everything down. When I play this out live, you'll hear me, I think like 2 or 3 times. That's why I'm filming this part now. As I did the live roll. I've done this part before, but during the live roll, I'll say a few times, and if you're paying attention, you'll catch it. I'll hit something. I'll say, let's take our 6 or 8 up another unit. But then I'll put $30 on there. The 6 or 8 always gets taken up by $30. So anyways, that's the basic strategy. Let me go ahead and show the live roll. It's a really good roll actually, and you'll see how it works then too. Thanks for watching. Okay, so remember we've got $1,600 to play this strategy, because we're going to start with 160 across. So 160 times 10 is our 1,600. Okay, so let's get a point established. That's a yo 11 on the come out. Okay, there's a 9, 5, 4, 9. Okay, so we're going to start by going 160 across. So that's 25s on everything, except the 6 and the 8 have 30 on them. Oh, I said 9 was the point. Okay, here we go. That's a 4, 3, 1, 4. Okay, so the 4 is going to pay, you know what, I'm just going to play this without a VIG, just so I don't have to mess with the $1 chips. So it's going to pay 45. $25, $35, $45. And the first thing we're going to want to do is take our 6 up to $60. We'll toss a 5 on our 5 and 9, and we'll rack a 5. All right, that's hit number 1. We're looking for 3, remember. 12, craps 12. Okay, there's a 9. That's the point. So point hit. We've got 30 out there. 6 units is going to pay 42. There's the 42. What we want to do is get this 8 doubled up to 60 each. I'm going to put another 5 each on the 5 and 9. Rack a couple bucks. We're going for hit 3. I'm going to keep everything working. Okay, there's a 9 again. So the point is 9 again. And we've got 25, 35, 40. So we have 8 units out there is going to pay $56. And then after our third hit, we're going to take the 4 and 10 down. And notice we're never adding to the 4 and 10. We just keep the initial 25 out there. So the 4 and 10 comes down. And then we're going to take either the 6 or the 8 up, another 30. So we've got a $60 6 right now. And I'm going to make some change for this green one. Take the 5 and 9 up a unit, and we're going to rack the remainder. Here we go. Okay, there's a 6. That's fantastic. So we've got 75, 80, 85, $90 out there. And that $90 is going to pay 105. So there's the 105. Okay, so at this point, which is our fourth hit, we're going to take everything down. If you want to be more aggressive, you can be. But base level strategy is we take everything down, wait for the roll to complete. That's a 6. I know we were just on there for 90 too. 8. What could have been? 6. 4, 3, 1, 4. Back-to-back fours, that's 4 the hard way. 3 4s in a row, 3, 1. Another 6, roll of the century. That's a 5. 6, yet again, 4, 2, 6. 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, it's a popular one. 10, hard 10. Okay, there's 9, that's the point. Okay, boy, that makes me a little nervous. Okay, so let's get a new point set. The new point is 10, 6, 4, easy 10. We're gonna go 160 across. Looking for 3 hits before we take the 4 and 10 down. Okay, there's a 6, 5, 1, 6. So 30 is gonna pay 35. There's the 35. Let's take our 6 up to 60, and we'll toss our other $5 on the 5. 10. 10's the point. Let's bring that down. And we're just going to pay that at 45. I know you could buy it. There's the 45. We're going to take our 8 up to 60. And let's take our 5 up 1, and we'll rack the other 10 bucks. Looking for a new point, everything's working. 4, hard 4. So hard 4 is the new point. It's gonna pay 45. Okay, that was our 3rd hit. So we're gonna take our 4 and 10 down. We're gonna take either our 6 or our 8 up another 30. So that gets us to a $90 6. And let's take our 5 and 9 up a unit. We're looking for one more hit before we pull it all down. And there it is, that's a 4, 1, 5. So we've got a 25, 35, 40. 8 units is gonna be $56. There's the 56. We're gonna take it all down. Again, I know we're up, so we could be a little more aggressive and leave some of it out there. Let's just stay with the base level for now. All right, so we're gonna let this roll complete. Okay, there it is. There's a 7 out. That was really a lot of numbers rolled before Big Red showed up. Okay, so we're back at square one now. Let's get a point set. That's an 8, 5, 3, 8. So we're gonna go 160 across. And let's try to get to the 3 hits before we take our 4 and 10 down. There's a 6. 30 is gonna pay 35. So there's the 35. Let's take the 6 up to 60. And I'm gonna put 5 on the 5. That's 1. Yo, 11. Okay, there's a 5. So we've got 30 out there, so that's going to pay 42. Oops. There's the 42. I'm going to take our 8 up to 60. I'm going to put $5 on the 9 and rack the remainder. All right, we're looking for our 3rd hit before we take our 4 and 10 down. There's a 6, that's a good one. We've got 60 out there, is gonna pay 70. There's the $70 payout. We take our 4 and 10 down. We're gonna take either our 6 or 8 up another unit, or I'm sorry, up another 30. And let's go ahead and put another 5 each on the 5 and 9. And looking for one more hit. Okay, there it is, there's a 9. We've got 25, 30, 35. So 7 units out there is going to pay 49. We'll go 50, oops, for 1. And we're going to take it all down. And we've been having an incredible roll. So, you know, maybe we could just go back down to base levels on those. But we're just going to keep it the same. We're just showing a strategy. We're not showing, you know, you start doing whatever you want throughout it. We're just staying right at the main level. That was an easy 4. There's a 6. 8. 8 is the point. Okay. So go ahead and bring that down and let's start over. Yo 11 on the come out. Heart 8. Okay, the point's 8. So 160 across. Here we go. 4, hard 4. We're just going to pay that at the 45. Let's take our 6 up to 60. Our 5 and 9 up a unit and rack 5. Here we go. 8, that's the point. We've got 30 out there, is going to pay 35. So let's take our 8 up a unit. I'm going to put this other $5 on the 9. I'm going to keep them working, everything working. One more hit. Yo 11. Come on now. Okay, that's a good one. That's a hard 10. So pays 45. There's the 45. We're going to take our 4 and 10 down, and we're going to take our, let's take the 8 up a unit. So we've got a $90 8. I'm going to put $5 each additional on the 5 and 9. We're looking for one more hit. I'm going to keep it all working. Okay, there's a 9. 25, 30, 35, 40, 8 units. It's going to pay 56. Hold on, I have to get some more green out of here. I don't have any more green. Let me make some change. There's 100. Okay, it pays 56. Boy, I hope I did that right. 9 was the point, apparently, since the puck is down here. So 56. Take it all to the rack. And let's get a new point set. 7 on the come out roll. Good time for that. Here's a hard 4. So the point's 4. And 160 across. Here we go. 10. 6, 4, 10. It's going to pay 45. Here's the 45. Let's go with a, take our 8 up to 60 this time. $5 more on the 5 and 9. We'll rack $5. Okay, there's a 9. We've got 30 out there. 6 units is going to pay 42. Here's the 42. Let's go ahead and take the 6 up to 60. And 5 and 9 up another unit. One more hit, we bring down our 4 and 10. All right, there's a 4. That's the point. We're going to pay that at 45. So there's the 45. Let's take our 4 and 10 down. And we're going to pick either the 6 or the 8. I'm going to go with the 6. Take it up another 30. I'm going to bring the 5 and 9 up another unit each. And rack the rest. We're looking for one more hit. Everything's working. Okay, and this time we can't Can't keep the God rolls going here. That's a 7 out. So, we did take our 4 and 10 down, collected a little bit of the money that round, but we did go a little negative that time. All right, let's keep going. There's a 4, an easy 4, 160 across. And here we go. 3 craps 3. Yo, 11. Don't like these wasted rolls. Okay, there's a 9. It's going to pay 35. There's a 35. Let's take that 6 up a unit. I'm going to toss my other 5 on the 5. 8. I picked the wrong one, unfortunately. So that 8's going to pay 35. And with that, we're going to take the 8 up a unit. And the other 5, I'm going to toss on the 9. All right, one more hit. We'll pull the 4 and 10 down. Can't do it. All right, we're evening out a little bit here. So 7 out. And bring that point down. And let's get a new point set. 6. Point is 6. Get some change. Change for 100. Okay, here we go. Yo, 11. 6 the hard way. 6 is the point. It's going to pay 35. Let's go and take the 6 up 30 more, so it's 60 now. Toss my other $5 on the 9. Everything working. 8 hard. 8 hard 8. Choking a little bit there. It's going to pay us 35. So we're going to take the 8 up to 60. We always want to get the 6 and 8 up to 60 each as soon as we can. The other 5, I'm going to toss on the 5. All right, one more hit. Take the 4 and 10 down. Whoa, that's a 9. Use the whole table there. 6, 3, 9. So we're hitting the smaller ones, but we've hit 3. So we've got 30 out there. That's 6 units. Pays 42. There's the 42. I'm going to take either the 6 or 8 up another 30. So we've got a $90 6, a $60 8. And I'm going to take the 5 and 9 up a unit. Got $2 to rack. I'm going to take my 4 and 10 down. Looking for one more hit. 3 craps 3. Okay, there it is. There's a 5. We didn't hit any of the big 6 or 8s. But we've got 25, 30, 35, 7 units. It's going to pay 49. I'm going to go 50 for 1. We're going to bring it home again. Okay, we're going to roll this out. And there's an 8. That's the point. So we'll go ahead and bring the point down. All right, one more time. 5, 3, 2, 5. Some more change. Change for 100. And here we go. Here's a 5. That's the point. Oops. 25 is going to pay 35. I'm going to have to get some more change here. Let's see. All right, so pays 35. Let's take the 6 up to 60. I put my other $5 on the 5. Need a new point. I leave it all working. 3 craps 3. Here's an 8. Picked wrong again. I had 60 on the 6. But our 8 is going to pay 35. There's the 35. Now we will take that 8 up to 60. And I'll toss my other $5 on the 9. All right, third hit. We'll take the 4 and 10 down. We'll take either the 6 or 8 up a unit and put a little more money on the 5 and 9. Okay, that's a good one. That's a 10. So we're going to pay it at 45. Here's the 45. Let's take the 4 and 10 down. Let's take the 6 up to 90. Put another 5 each on the 5 and 9. And we're looking for one more hit. We'll take everything down. All right, doesn't happen this time. There's the 7, 6, 1, 7. Okay, so I think you get the idea. I have 320 I hadn't played through. So I had 2 more rounds to play through if I wanted to go through my entire 1600. But let me count this and I'll let you know where we stand. We had some good rolls. Okay, so on this side of the stick, I have our initial $1,600 buy-in. So our profit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $604. And by the way, I was paying those 4 and 10s at $45 each. But anyways, that went really well. A better than average roll for sure. But the idea with this strategy is it has a decent amount of gamble in it. You're going to have some swings because you're leaving a lot of money out there for 3 rolls. Call it 3.5 rolls. You take the 4 and 10 down, I know. You're building the other stuff up in between. Best case scenario, you hit a lot of these 6 and 8s with the $60 and $90 bets on there. But I like that balance between the risk, but it's not just a kamikaze style risk. So I hope that's something you can use in some of your strategies. I know we didn't do anything with, we just stuck straight to the basic one. Once our 4th hit, we took everything down. You don't have to do that, obviously. You could continue building or regress a little bit. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will keep them coming.